Amazing battle. Amazing battle.
You know, the conversation that she spoke about when I said, I'll marry you. It was like a bad time. And she was saying things like, you know, nobody's going to be there for me. Nobody's going to support me. And she just kept shooting me down. So I was like, mistake I ever made in my life. I got a message from somebody. And it said, Papoose, you don't know who I am, but I'm a big fan of you. And please, whatever you do.
Papoose and Remy Ma used to be the couple everybody looked up to, the kind of love story people thought was unbreakable. Papoose was the definition of loyalty, holding Remy down for 6 years while she was locked up, never once stepping out on her, never entertaining other women, and making sure she knew he was waiting for her. He was so ride or die that he even tried sneaking a skeleton key into prison, risking his own freedom just so he could be closer to her. If that's not real love, then what is? And when the system made it hard for him to visit, did he give up?
Nope.
Instead, he married her over the phone, making sure they were still locked in no matter what. The moment she got out, he was right there, making sure she had everything she needed, setting up their fairy tale wedding and giving her the life she deserved.
So I was like, I'll marry you. And she flipped on me. And honestly, I don't think it was the reason for her flipping on me was what she said. The reason why I think she flipped on me was because I took it like, and I felt like she's been lied to in the past, and men have such a bad reputation for not keeping their word, for not being loyal, for not being there for no one when they're going through hard times, and just not being faithful or loyal to their lady.
They weren't just husband and wife. They weren't just husband and wife. They were a power couple, and people thought nothing could tear them apart. Then they had their baby girl in 2018, and it seemed like their love story had a perfect ending. Papoose was a proud father, always showing love to his family, always making sure Remy and their daughter were good. But as much as people thought they had it all, something behind the scenes wasn't right. Somewhere along the way, things started changing. The energy between them shifted, and even though they were still posting like everything was normal, something felt off. People started noticing little things, but nobody expected what was coming next. Papoose had been loyal for years, but suddenly, rumors started flying that Remy wasn't keeping it 100 with him. At first, it was just whispers, but then things started adding up. And then, the biggest red flag dropped. Father's Day came around, and Remy didn't say a word about Papoose. No Instagram post, no sweet message, nothing. People immediately noticed because every year, Remy always made sure to give Papoose his flowers, telling the world what a good husband and father he was. But this time, silence. And just like that, the internet went crazy. Fans started questioning what was going on, wondering if there was trouble in paradise. And then, the moment that really had people talking, Papoose posted a Father's Day message for himself. He put up a family picture, but Remy wasn't in it. Not only that, but even Remy's child from a previous relationship was missing. That's when people knew something was really off. This version improves readability and flow while correcting punctuation.
It is very unfortunate, you know what I'm saying, because I like them too. Very unfortunate, but you know, we don't be knowing what folk be going through behind closed doors, so we don't know what really happened. I remember I spoke on it one time, but I don't know what really happened. You know what I'm saying? What made everybody move the way they were moving. But I know know about shit, man. Like, it's crazy. I know about this shit. The marriage is hard. But I know one thing like that, you gotta have the right person. You have the right person, it won't be so.
Then the rumors got even wilder. People started saying that Remy had been sneaking around, and not just with anybody, but with battle rapper Eazy the Block Captain. If that was true, then everything was about to fall apart. The internet immediately knew something was up when Remy Ma didn't post a single word about Papoose on Father's Day. If you've been following them for years, then you already know Remy always made sure to show love to Papoose on special days. Every single year, she would go online and tell the world how much she appreciated her husband, always reminding people that he was one of the realest men in the game. But this time, nothing. No Instagram post, no tweet, no appreciation message, just straight up silence. Fans flooded his comments, asking, "Where's Remy? Why didn't she post about you? Is everything okay?" And then people really started digging. Someone even left a comment saying, "You married a woman who was never in love with you. You were blindly in love with her, but now you're seeing the truth." That comment alone had the internet going crazy, because the way Papoose didn't respond or deny it. That spoke volumes.
Like living life. Regular ups and downs, but you get with somebody that ain't right, but you're gonna tear your ass up, and you're gonna wish you ain't never did that shit, and you probably, if you ain't strong enough, you probably ain't gonna never do it again. But I'm gonna do it again one day. I ain't doing no court.
Okay, so we're done spectating, speculating. Now it's just aggravating. Remy Ma and Papoose, it seems like are finally not together because her new dude or new boo had audio saying she been in my bed. So I talked about this before. I forgot when it first came out. I think we were all blown away like, oh, you cheated on a man that held you down while you were in jail, which doesn't mean anything. By the way, okay? It's way easier to have somebody in jail and be in a relationship. All you gotta do is take them snacks, do conjugal visits and, talk on.
And just when people thought it couldn't get any crazier, rumors started flying that Remy was messing around with battle rapper Eazy the Block Captain. Now, this wasn't just some random internet gossip. There were actual signs that something was going on. People started pulling up clips of Remy and Eazy being way too comfortable around each other, their body language looking a little too familiar. And the fact that Eazy was moving in the same circles as Papoose, that made things even worse. Now, if there's one thing about Papoose, it's that he's not the type to let disrespect slide. So when word got back to him that his own wife might be sneaking around with Eazy, he was ready to handle it. And when the streets started talking about what happened when Papoose and Eazy finally crossed paths, let's just say it didn't end well for Eazy. When the rumor started spreading that Remy was creeping with battle rapper Eazy the Block Captain, people didn't know what to believe at first. But one thing was clear, Papoose wasn't about to let it slide. If there's one thing about Papoose, it's that he's always been about respect. And the idea of his own wife stepping out on him with someone he knows? That was too much to ignore. Word on the street is that when Papoose and Eazy finally crossed paths, things didn't go well for Eazy. Some say Papoose confronted him face to face, and instead of arguing, he handled it the way real men do, with straight hands. Apparently, Papoose didn't even need to say much. He just swung first, and it was over. Eazy got knocked out so fast that by the time people realized what was happening, the fight was already done. Now, instead of owning up to what happened, Eazy ran to social media, trying to act like he was the victim. He hopped on Twitter, posting cryptic messages like, "Y'all want something bad to happen to me so bad," making it seem like people were coming for him for no reason. Then, he even tried to call out Papoose, saying, "Real men do real things, right, Pap?" But guess what? Papoose didn't say a word. And that silence? That said everything. Because if the rumors weren't true, Papoose would have shut it down immediately. He's always been the type to stand up for his family, and if nothing happened, he wouldn't have just let people drag his name into drama. But the fact that he stayed quiet, didn't deny anything, and let people believe what they wanted, that was a clear sign that the fight was real, and the rumors about Remy weren't just gossip. At this point, the internet was fully convinced that Remy Ma had messed up big time. Because now, it wasn't just about cheating rumors, it was about Papoose actually putting hands on the man she was accused of creeping with. And in hip-hop, that kind of disrespect doesn't just go away. Now, everybody wanted to know, what was Remy going to do next? Because at this point, she had nowhere to.
Amazing battle. Amazing battle.
Things got even worse for Remy Ma and Eazy the Block Captain when the battle rap world put her all the way on blast. If there was any doubt left about what went down, that disappeared the moment Geechee Gotti stepped on stage. He wasn't about to let Remy slide with all the sneaky moves, and he called her out in front of a packed crowd, making sure everybody knew the truth.
All right, once you come home and you're back in the house and she want to redecorate, and then that's the problem. I told y'all living together.
Amazing, amazing battle, amazing battle. It wasn't just regular battle rap disrespect. This was straight up exposing her in public. And the way Eazy reacted, that's what had people talking the most. Instead of defending himself, laughing it off, or even denying it, he just stood there, taking it all in silent. No response, no pushback, nothing. And in battle rap, that silence means guilt. The crowd went crazy, the internet ran with it, and suddenly, Remy's whole image was crumbling. She tried to keep it cool, acting like she didn't care, but deep down, she knew the damage was already done. And what made it even worse? Papoose wasn't even reacting anymore. He had already handled what he needed to handle, and now he was moving on. And who did he move on with? None other than boxing champion Claressa Shields. Now, this is where things got even messier, because Remy and Claressa actually knew each other before all this drama started. Claressa Shields is not playing, and now things are getting real messy between her, Remy Ma, and Papoose. What started off as just rumors has now turned into full-blown drama, and Claressa is making sure Remy knows exactly where she stands. She's done watching from the sidelines and has stepped right into the mix, ready for whatever comes next. Now, if you've been following the situation, then you already know Remy Ma and Papoose's so-called perfect love story has been falling apart for months. They used to be relationship goals, but now it's looking like nothing but a disaster. After rumors started swirling that Remy had been unfaithful, things started getting real shaky, and Papoose made it clear he wasn't here for the games anymore. But just when it seemed like he was ready to move on, guess who had something to say? Remy Ma. She started throwing shots, making it obvious that she's not happy about Papoose's new situation. Remy has been acting like she's unbothered, but let's be real, she's mad. She's been shading Papoose and throwing little slick comments, making it clear that she doesn't approve of his new relationship. But here's the thing, Claressa Shields is not the one to play with. The minute she caught wind of Remy's shady remarks, she was in go mode, making it very clear that she's not about to sit back and let Remy talk crazy. She fired back with a message that had everybody talking, straight up saying, "Watch your mouth before you catch these hands."
Damn, y'all see what's going on? It's about to get ugly.
It's about to get real ugly, and not for me.
There's all this talk about you and rapper Papoose being in some sort of secret relationship while he's still married to Remy Ma. She put some stuff out on the internet. Give me your words in the description of what's really going on.
They got to figure that out over there. So it's not a thing of me having the issue with her. My only issue is why you leaked my number.
Okay.
It ain't no thing. Oh, I want him and he's married to you. And it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever friend. He done said it that they were in a relationship 2 years.
Wow.
So don't look at me as, oh, you just came and messed up this happy home and stuff like that. Because that's not what happened.
Because that relationship was already over.
That was already over.
Okay.
So now that's their privacy and they didn't do that. But she's out with this guy parading around, whatever. So everybody knew that she was with
Right here, this is where it gets interesting. Because while Remy is out here acting bitter, Claressa is standing firm, making sure everyone knows she's not one to be messed with. And the internet? Loving every second of it. Fans are already picking sides, with some saying Remy brought this on herself, while others believe Papoose is moving on a little too fast. But at the end of the day, one thing is clear. Claressa isn't scared of Remy, and she's not backing down anytime soon. Everybody thought Papoose and Remy Ma were unbreakable, the definition of real love. But now, that whole fairy tale is over. The internet is still shocked, trying to figure out how things went from perfect to pure disaster so fast. But if you really look at it, the red flags were always there. It all started when rumors came out that Remy wasn't being loyal, and that's when people started looking at her sideways. Let's not forget, Papoose held Remy down for 6 years while she was locked up. He stayed faithful, took care of their family, and even married her while she was still in prison. Most people wouldn't even wait 6 months, but this man gave her 6 years of loyalty. And what did he get in return? Disrespect. The first big sign that something was off came when Remy didn't even bother to wish Papoose a happy Father's Day, a man who held her down, raised their daughter, and always showed up for her. And she couldn't even take 5 seconds to acknowledge him? That was the moment people knew something wasn't right. Papoose didn't say much, but his actions spoke loud. Instead of waiting around for her to say something, he went on Instagram and wished himself a happy Father's Day, posting a family picture, with Remy nowhere to be seen. That one move told the whole world that their so-called happy marriage was done. And now, the truth is coming out, and it's looking like Remy wasn't as loyal as she made people believe. The internet is dragging her, saying she got too comfortable, too cocky, thinking that Papoose would always be there no matter what. But now that he's finally moving on, she's trying to act like she's the victim. But here's the thing, she made her choice, and now she has to deal with the consequences. Fans are already choosing sides, and most of them are rocking with Papoose. They're saying he deserves better, that Remy fumbled a real one, and now she's just mad because she lost her safety net. But what's crazy? This is just the beginning of the drama. Because Remy is still talking, and Papoose is done staying silent. Now that he's finally letting people know what really happened, things are about to get real messy. Now, Remy Ma just took things to a whole new level, and people are saying she's moving real messy right now. Instead of just handling her business in private, she decided to leak personal messages between Papoose and Claressa Shields, trying to paint Papoose as the bad guy. But the way it's looking, this plan completely backfired. Because instead of making Papoose look shady, she just made herself look even more bitter. One of the leaked messages had Claressa telling Papoose, "You're the one who's married. If you can't even sleep on the phone with me, or let me know you made it home safe, then what are we doing?" Now, Remy is trying to flip the story, making it seem like Papoose was out here creeping with Claressa while they were still together.